That's the real trick, huh?
The real deal.
Yeah, that's right there,
Okay.
buddy boy. Blah.
Blah.
Blah, I am a Dracula. It is the Dracula. Blah.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, we're live. Look at that.
Welcome.
Welcome
Blah.
to your doom.
Tonight we are all Draculas. We are going to have blood-sucking fun. Blah.
Okay. Welcome to the after show, people.
Have you guys seen that?
Welcome.
What We Do in the Shadows TV show?
Yep.
Yes.
It's great.
Man,
I just started watching season
Show's-
2.
Show's outstanding. Goodness gracious.
I've only seen the first 2 episodes of season 2, but
Yeah.
very good. Very
It's good.
impressed.
Good. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Good movie.
Great movie.
Good
Great
series.
TV
yeah.
series. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Very
was
pleased with that.
I was so skeptical of that show because the movie's so good.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yes.
there's no way they can pull this off as a series.
And then they did.
And they did. And holy cats, man, oh man.
It's funny.
Yeah, it's great
Very funny.
stuff. Anyway,
Did you guys watch the Parks and Rec shelter at home thing?
I didn't.
Not a Parks and
No?
Rec guy, so
Okay.
Well,
I did.
that's right, because this guy needs to skip season 1.
yeah, I
That's
just
right.
haven't gotten around
Go
to
straight
it.
to
Well,
season
well,
2.
you know what? Because I was gonna get it like on like iTunes or something.
Well,
but I don't-
It's just on NBC's YouTube channel.
Yeah,
too.
well, that's just it. I saw it. They put it up there, so I will.
It's on Hulu.
Oh, it's on Hulu. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I
on
will.
Hulu.
I'll watch it. I'll give it a watch then.
It's
Is
worth watching.
Is it good?
It
You're not-
exists.
You're not being really quick.
mean,
with
it's-
the answer.
It's nostalgic for
Is it-
Parks and Rec.
Better than season 1. Oh,
Mhm.
oh boy. Oh,
Mm,
that's not
not
good.
It's basically the Ready Player One for Parks and Rec.
That's not
Where
good
you're like,
either.
oh, I can't believe they mentioned that
You're
thing.
doing a
Remember
terrible
little
job
Sebastian?
selling it.
Is it
now
that
you
kind
don't
of
even
thing?
need- you don't even need to watch it now.
Someone mentions little Sebastian, do
Of
they?
course.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
But
that's
it's
kind of a
it's
shame.
it's just a fun little thing.
Okay.
I'm there for it. I'm down for
Okay.
it.
Okay.
But you guys,
Us
you're,
guys.
you're gonna have to be down for an EGM review quiz here.
Oh,
Part 2 of our
Oh,
April
that's right.
2000 challenge.
that's right.
Oh, right. I
See.
went and read the whole issue while we were waiting.
I don't
Oh,
believe that you did that at
how
all.
dare
Right, I
you.
didn't. I completely forgot.
That
I don't believe. I like how we can do these games and it's like part 1, part 2, and I know that you guys won't look. I don't even have to tell you. Don't
Way too
look,
lazy.
it's
'cause
like
I know you're just not going.
it's like we're not that concerned.
And of course, there's that.
That said, let me load up this
These things
PDF
never
here
start
that
to have
is
real stakes. Yeah.
that is unrelated to anything we're doing right now.
Phil, you're gonna go first. Greg, you'll
Oh,
go
boy.
second.
I love
Phil,
it. Yeah.
this one's for PlayStation.
And
PlayStation.
remind me of the year.
April 2000.
Okay, well that's a month and a year, but I mean I can use that information.
April
too.
2000.
April 2000. PlayStation.
PlayStation, yes.
PlayStation. Okay.
Intriguing is one way to describe blank. Sounds like hype, but the characters, plot, the blank like ambiance, it all melds together to create quite a surrealistic thriller. No doubt it'll keep you glued to the set for the duration. The fortunate part is no one element weakens the game. If it had bad control or an impossible puzzle, it would ruin the vibe. If anything, it's a little obvious at times, but nothing major. I highly recommend this one.
Wait, that could be anything.
Yeah. 2000.
Year 2000.
A realistic thriller
Realistic
has
thriller.
blank like ambiance.
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 No one element weakens the game.
Is it the X-Files game?
Is that your guess?
Sure. take it it's not.
Ben Rivers played through the X-Files game on PlayStation on his Twitch
I saw
channel.
that.
Oh, yeah?
The FMV
Yeah,
game.
It's
Yeah.
great.
What's this is a game of subtitle, right?
I'm
I'm
I
sure
don't know.
that it
The
did.
truth is out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
Right.
probably.
I want to believe.
Yeah.
Okay. Up to
You.
you, Greg.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to say, can you read the first part of it again?
Intriguing is one way to describe blank. Sounds like hype, but the characters, plot, the blank-like ambiance, it all melds together to create quite a surrealistic thriller. No doubt it'll keep you glued to the set for the duration. The fortunate part is no one element weakens the game. What kind of sense is that? If it had bad control or an impossible puzzle, it would ruin the vibe. If anything, it's a little obvious at times, but nothing major. I highly recommend this one.
I don't know. Clock Tower. Wow, you were
Jeez.
quick with that, jerk.
I don't think you were getting that one right no matter what.
Yeah.
The answer is Fear Effect.
Fear
Fear
Effect.
Effect.
Oh, yeah.
Never really
yeah.
played those games.
Yeah.
Neither. Yeah, isn't that
There were a couple of them.
Quantum
Quantum.
Quantic Dream? Isn't it the
Is
David
this?
Cage?
I don't
Is
think
Fear
so.
Effect
No.
David Cage? No.
No.
He was doing something during those days, though. I forget what
they
the-
were Crystal Dynamics games, weren't they? Or no?
It was
IDOS
IDOS.
games.
Yeah, those were IDOS.
It was IDOS. Yeah, you're right. It was IDOS.
Yeah.
But I thought Fear Effect
Fear
was
Effect.
David Cage.
No.
No?
Not a David Cage game.
I guess I'm wrong.
It's done by
Anyway.
Kronos Digital.
Oh.
Greg,
Hi.
this one's for PlayStation. While not boasting as coherent a story as the previous games, Blank is certainly extremely playable. The ground-based missions are a big improvement over Blanks, and the space battles and much tighter. Wait, I think I typed this wrong.
Maybe you might
The
want to.
space
Yeah.
battles are much tighter and action-packed. There's no racing around trying to find a fight. The trademark gorgeous graphics are still here, but now they're supplemented by some wonderful orchestral music
Oh.
that really sets a movie-like tone.
What's the name of the series? I can picture these games. They're Psygnosis games. Crap. Colony Wars 3. Yes.
I think that's right. It's Colony
What?
Wars Red Sun. Is that the third game?
I think it.
I
Yeah,
s-
I think it is because there was Colony Wars 2 was just. I think Colony Wars 2 was just called Colony Wars 2.
Right.
So
And then, yeah, Red Sun,
probably the third one.
the third.
I'm
I'll
gonna
give
look it
that
up to make
you.
sure. Yeah,
I'll
it is
give that
Colony
to
Wars
you.
3 Red Sun.
I was.
I'm so proud of myself for remembering the name of that.
I was hoping you
series.
wouldn't remember because I did remember.
That's a series
Excellent.
that I always meant to
Colony
play
Wars.
because I'm a big Wing Commander fan, so I always figured that I would really love it.
And I've
I
heard
just
great
never
things
got around
about
to
it.
playing it. It was really well received.
Yeah,
And it
I've
I remember
heard
it
that.
looking really, really pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I may have played one of them, but
We need to rectify that and grab those games.
yeah. Phil,
Oh.
this one's for the Nintendo 64.
okay.
64.
Blank on the N64 is an ultra faithful port of one of my favorite games last year. There's little to say except repeat what we raved about back in issue number 124.
Great.
Blank did a great job fitting the tunes onto a cart. It doesn't sound as good, but it sure beats generic N64 synth. They've also improved the graphics quite a bit. There's less clipping on some of the more chaotic levels, and the game looks much sharper in general. Highly recommended.
Ooh. Did they say it was on PlayStation before?
No, they
Or-
said it's an ultra faithful port of one of
It's
my
a-
favorite games last year.
So it's a port from a last year's game
No, there's-
that somehow looks better on the 64.
That is what it says. They've also
what it's saying.
improved the graphics quite a bit. There's less clipping on some of the more
Huh.
chaotic levels, and it looks sharper in general.
Trying to think what games were getting ported. Ugh, jeez. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2.
That's what I'm thinking.
No.
I'm gonna go ahead and if it's not a Tony Hawk game, I hope it's not a Tony Hawk game. I'm thinking either Vigilante 8 or Rogue Trip.
Hmm.
I can't remember which one, if either of them ever made it to the system. I'm gonna say Vigilante 8.
You were on the right track with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. It's the
Oh,
first
really?
one. It's just the first one.
Okay.
Oh, it's Tony Hawk. Oh.
Just Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Did you ring the
Oh.
buzzer there? Because
I didn't hear it.
I
Yeah.
did. You
Yeah,
did?
yeah.
Did you not hear it?
We're
We did
we're
not
having
hear
some
it.
internet issues.
Yeah.
Hearing it now?
Oh,
Yeah, a little
so
bit.
It was the first Tony Hawk.
That's weird. Okay.
I didn't
Yeah.
know which Tony Hawk made it. I wonder
Versus
if either of those other games made it to. Anyway.
First Tony Hawk.
Okay.
All right, Greg.
Mm-hmm.
This is for PlayStation. This is a game designed for all of you who don't like the idea of taking your thumb off the gas button.
Oh,
I was very pleasantly surprised by this, and while
So-
it's not the greatest racer to grace the PlayStation, it's certainly a bit different from the licensed car blank ripoffs that we're seeing all the time. The car dynamics are arcadey but cool. There are plenty of shortcuts, loads of weapons, and there's a ton of stuff to open up. Well worth looking at.
Roll Cage?
Hmm.
Good guess, though.
Rogue Trip.
Weapons based, yeah. That'd be pretty
Oh.
great.
Yeah.
All right, that is incorrect.
Weapons based.
The answer is NASCAR Rumble.
Oh, I
Remember
loved
NASCAR
NASCAR
Oh,
Rumble.
jeez.
That was a great little game.
I
Those
did
electronic
not,
You didn't need to be a
cards, right?
NASCAR fan to play. Yep.
I
Yeah.
did
And
not
there was a
remember
sequel
that
as
game.
well. There was a sequel
really?
as well, but it didn't
Really?
have the NASCAR license. Yeah, it was on PlayStation 2. It's called Rumble Racing.
Huh.
Oh, interesting.
Yep.
Okay, I did
Weird.
not know that.
I was
Oh.
a big fan of that game. Both of them.
I see.
Crazy.
All right, Phil.
Okay.
This one's on PlayStation.
Okay.
It's about time someone brought out a non-fantasy, non-magical tactics game on the PlayStation.
Mm.
The mech theme alone makes blank
Ugh.
worth playing. The deep level of play with nearly unlimited customization options, immersive storyline, and backdrop make the game worth coveting. This is an amazing game that deserves your attention. Make sure to set aside some good time. This sucker is long with multiple O's and multiple
Oh,
O's.
jeez. Trying to think.
I think it's one of two games, and I really hope you guess one of them, so I know it's the
Well,
other one.
that's the thing, because it's like
One of two games.
because I remember there being two big ones, and the one that's popping into my head is the one I'm pretty sure it's not. Because the one I'm thinking of, I believe, came out before 2000. But I'm just gonna say it because I can't remember the other one. So Carnage Hearts.
Incorrect.
Yeah, there
That
you
is not one of the two I was thinking of.
Oh,
and now I don't
really?
know what to guess.
go. Well, I'm glad I could help.
Well,
Crap.
What are the two you're thinking of?
Front Mission or Vanguard Bandits.
Oh, okay.
But I want to say Vanguard. I want to say I reviewed Vanguard Bandits, which means that it came out after 2000.
Hmm.
So, and I can't remember which Front Mission it was. I think it was Front Mission 3 on the PlayStation. So I'm going to go with that, Front Mission 3. So we can find out it was Vanguard Bandits.
Oh, That was
It
correct.
is.
Oh,
It
yay.
is Front Mission 3.
Wow, Greg.
I really thought
Mission
you were going to
3.
guess Front Mission 3. That was-
No,
Okay.
no.
Greg,
I never Carnage Hearts. I don't even
Front-
remember.
Front Mission was the one that I was remembering.
Oh, okay.
That was the other one
Yeah.
that was the other one I was thinking of, but couldn't recall the name.
Okay.
Although was Carnage Hearts a tactics game?
I
don't
even
think so.
remember Carnage Hearts.
That was because it was a really like dense kind of mech simulation game. I don't know if it
Was that the game? There was another game, I think, by like From
it was by
Software
Artdink.
that came with a disc that was just tutorial FFV.
Yes, that was Carnage Hearts.
That was,
I think
Artdink, not From Software.
It was
Oh,
Artdink.
okay, Artdink. I knew it was one of those at the time.
Yep.
Obviously, From
Mecha-based turn-based
Software
strategy.
is more popular now, but at the time, From Software was
Okay.
a very niche developer,
Yeah.
I
like Artdink.
I mean, congratulations on the deep cut because I didn't remember that game existed.
Yes.
Oh man.
All right. I guess we're up to Greg now again. Right?
Yeah.
That's me.
Okay. This one's for PlayStation. There's a pretty good argument for blank not actually needing a sequel. After all, there wasn't exactly much wrong with the original. Still, here we are, and if anything, I think it has to be said that the charm of it all has been spoiled somewhat. Opening new stuff up is cool, and the blank franchise characters make a nice diversion, but I don't understand why. What? Why? Oh, here we go. Why it now has to play more realistically. It's harder now, and consequently, not quite as much fun.
Man.
Right.
So there's some character crossover. PlayStation. Honestly, it's like a Capcom game, maybe like a fighter. Street Fighter Alpha 3.
I hit the buzzer for
some
you
reason
didn't hear
they're
it.
very quiet.
That's weird.
The sound effects are suddenly very, very quiet.
I don't know why.
I heard
It's-
it, but it was super
It's
low.
strange. Well, anyway,
And you're so stoic, CJ, that it's hard to tell from your face what's going
Yeah.
on.
It's true.
that was incorrect. Incorrect.
But it's more realistic and
What did
harder.
it say the charm of it all has been spoiled somewhat.
Yeah.
I don't understand why it now has to play more realistically.
Huh.
It's harder now, and consequently not quite as fun.
Oof. And there seems to be some crossover characters happening. Realistically. Huh.
Worth 10 points.
Oh, bite me.
Indeed.
I have absolutely no idea. I don't know.
No idea.
I can't even hazard a
It's not like
guess.
Tekken
No
3, is it?
idea.
No,
There's a
'cause
pretty
Tekken
good
3 's-
argument for blank not actually needing a sequel.
I don't know. What's a game that didn't need, I don't know.
Didn't need a sequel.
I don't know.
You don't know?
Fighting
Okay.
Force 2.
Well,
What is it?
it is Hot Shots Golf 2.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Hot Shots
That's a-
Golf 2. Yeah, apparently they put in some PlayStation franchise characters, like Sony franchise characters,
Did they?
as a diversion. Yes, and apparently it was played more realistically, like
Yeah.
different play
So it's-
controls.
That makes I
Who
mean it
wrote
makes
that review.
That's a John Davison.
Huh.
Yeah.
I thought that was well received, but I honestly didn't pay attention to Hot Shots Golf until like the PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I
Huh.
didn't either. I think I have the Hot Shots games on PS1, but I don't think I like really got into it until 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to do
Well,
a bonus one?
sure.
All right.
might as well.
We'll have Phil take a crack at this one first, since
Oh.
he's down in the count.
Very kind of you. Yeah, I'm doing
Yeah.
terrible at this at this quiz. Last week and this week.
I feel
That's
like I have
true.
stronger memories of this time just because this is when I started at
Yeah, that makes
with
sense.
Davis. So I was kind of way more into everything that was going on.
Right.
Yeah. Greg, this one is for Game Boy Color.
You mean Phil?
I mean, Phil, this
That's
one
me.
is for Game Boy Color.
Literally just
Yeah.
finished saying that
I
Phil was
know.
going to get.
Oh boy.
All right.
Yeah.
If this was all the PC game was, I can't imagine having ever been interested in it. Whose idea was it to port this to the Game Boy anyway? There are just some platforms you shouldn't try to port games to. It's just too limited. Blank needs the kind of immersion afforded by 3D, or needs to be completely adapted to take advantage of the limits of 2D. Some have been able to achieve it, but this just isn't enough game to hold my interest.
Ooh. So a PC port to the Game Boy Color.
Yeah.
Geez, I can't. I mean, one's popping into my head, but I don't know if the game was actually released on Game Boy Color or not. Oh man. I'll just say the one that popped in my head, Alone in the Dark,
Good guess.
which I
Incorrect. I hit the buzzer. There.
let's see, Alone in the Dark.
Did that Resident Evil Guide Endgame ever come out on Game Boy Color?
Oh, Alone in the Dark, The New Nightmare for Game Boy Color.
Came out on Game Boy Color. Oh, there you
It
go.
did not
There you
come
go.
out until 2001 though. So I
Ah.
wasn't crazy.
There you go.
Wasn't
Yeah.
crazy.
See, I'm thinking I can't remember if that Resident Evil game ever came out on Game Boy Color.
That wouldn't be a
Uh,
PC port anyway.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I want to say Duke Nukem because I know there was a Duke Nukem Game Boy Color game,
Mm.
but I think it came out before this. I think it came out in like 99. But I'm going to say Duke Nukem.
Hit the buzzer that you're wrong.
Oh, is it Doom?
I'm gonna hit the buzzer again that you're wrong.
Oh,
Okay, what was it?
Oh, the answer is Rainbow Six for the Game Boy Color.
Oh wow, that
Oh.
was. There was no either of us were going to guess that in like
No.
100 years.
no.
No?
Not until we were
No.
going down a list of games.
Rainbow Six. I reviewed that.
Oh, did you? Was that your
Uh,
review?
That was my review. Yes,
Oh, okay.
indeed.
Well, there it is.
I'll take that win.
Congratulations, Greg.
Thanks, Phil.
You did it. You did it.
You have won.
Nothing.
In this whole April 2000 series, you got 5 points. So
Did I really?
That's pretty good. You got 2
That's
correct
not bad.
this week, and
Considering how we usually
3
do.
last week.
Yeah, really.
That's pretty good.
Because I think for the rest of April, I got like 0 points. So
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man.
So congratulations to you, and thank you to all of our Patreon supporters that make this after show possible. Thank you for supporting the show and keeping the lights on, helping us pay for Zoom and all that good stuff. We really appreciate that. If you have an idea for a game that we can play on the after show, please email that to player1podcast@gmail.com. Otherwise, I'll subject Greg and Phil to more EGM review quizzes. And is that really
Oh.
what you want to hear?
Oh boy.
Is that?
Oh boy.
Oh, geez.
Gee whiz,
I think you
fellas.
should grab Game Now issues and EGM issues from the same months.
Mhm.
And you should read Phil's reviews to me,
Oh, that'd be
Oh,
and you should
man.
read my reviews to Phil,
Ah,
and see if we can guess the games.
but Game Now
Mm.
reviews were more long form.
They were long form, yeah. So it's
Yeah.
harder. Like
Yeah, that's
even even if I were to like read off the large review from EGM, you'd be able to guess it pretty easily, I think.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they were well written.
They were well written. Yeah. The small reviews were never really that well written. And sometimes you had the question on whether the person had spent much time with the game to begin with. But anyway. Yeah, so send your ideas for games to player1podcast@gmail.com. Want to say thank you, everybody. Hope you are staying safe. Hope your family's all safe and everything. And we will see you next week.
Yeah.
On the flippity flop.
Bye-bye.
Bye.